Hey guys, what's up? This is Coach Lou. I am the head coach, diamond coach of Team Infinite, and I wanted to make a video because I hadn't made a video for quite some time for the boot camp, and it was something that I used to do a lot. And I really don't have an excuse as to why I stopped. But the first thing I wanted to do was I want to tell all of you that you're doing a great job. I'm so proud of all of you guys. You're chiming in every day. You're making us motivated as well, which is incredible. And the spirit of the boot camp, regardless of all of the information that you're learning about, how coaches earn income and what we do to help people and how we can fly and walk on water, all of that is really almost taking a back seat to the one thing that the boot camp really tries to convey, and that's the sense that our coaches have a sense of family. We're a big family. We take care of each other. We're the best of friends. It's your 90210 fantasy. I don't know what you want to call it, but we're a great team. We are affiliated with Team Motivate. Team Motivate is run by Chris Baumert. He's my coach. Chris Baumert's coach is Josh Spencer. Josh Spencer was Coach of the Year in 2010. He's also in P90X2, and his team is Team Next Level. Josh's coach is Bobby Decker. Bobby Decker is also in P90X2, and Bobby Decker has the Empire Assembly Hall. So when you become a coach in Team Infinite, which is our team under me, you become a coach in all of these other groups. We're one big family. We work together. You think of Team Infinite as your classroom. We're your brat pack. We're your best friends forever. We're the ones that you share all of your trials and tribulations with. But the other groups are really there for additional support. And that's the best thing about being a coach is you get constant support. You never get let down. If you're not getting support, it's because you're not asking for it. But I want to get back to that whole idea about being a family. We really take pride in the fact that we help each other, we motivate each other. Some of you might be concerned that you don't know certain programs, you've only done half a round of this or a little bit of that. And the thing is, you don't have to worry about any of that because we all have done different programs. There are some of us that have done Brazil Butt Lift and Turbo Fire and P90X and Insanity and all of the other workout programs. There are some of us that have done use this product and use these products and lift weights and use bands or can do pull-ups or had injuries that relate to fitness or work in the pharmaceutical business and they know things about supplements that you shouldn't use and that sort of thing. We help each other. And it's a beautiful thing. It really is amazing. I got to tell you my story real fast. I don't want to make this too long of a video, but when I became a coach, there really was no structure to our group. I was with Chris Baumert. He had just become an Emerald, and he had about 15 coaches, and I was one of his first 15. And we didn't know what the hell we were doing. We had no boot camp. We had no group. We had no structure. We didn't even have group pages for our own groups. Like many of you are in, Team Accountability and You Focus and The Resistance and Body Collaboration. There were no groups back then. We all had like an endless message thread that we would tag all of our members in. So, I started doing P90X and I was going on fan pages and I was helping people and I was like, wow, this is great. Why do I like helping people? I don't know. It's just so much fun. I'm doing P90X. It's my first round. I didn't know what the heck I was doing for the first 3 weeks. And then I finally get it. And then I go on the fan pages and I see other people don't know what the heck they're doing. So I start helping them. And what I didn't know was at the time they had this thing where coaches could sign up for free. It was like a Christmas special that they ran. And every coach in the world wanted me to be their coach, be a coach under them, because they saw I was dedicated and committed, and I was doing my workouts, and I was posting every day, and I was drinking my supplements, and I was doing everything, and I was taking pictures, and I was posting them. Yeah. But you know what? I didn't know what the hell coaches did. I was terrified. I was scared. I really had no clue what was going on. And then this one guy approached me, who eventually became my coach. His name was Chris Baumert. And the thing I liked about him was he didn't try and sell himself to me. He basically came along and he told me that I was doing a great job, and he asked me questions and he tried to get to know me, and it was all genuine and sincere. And I took his friend request right before answering all of those questions, and then I switched to him. The coach I had before him was a great woman, but she left the business, so I was kind of floating around nowhere. And once I was with Chris, I saw great things in him. I was like, wow, I want to be like him when I grow up. And obviously Chris is younger than me, but the Chris told me in the beginning I should be a coach. And I was like, you're out of your freaking mind. There's no way I can be a coach. First of all, I'm a little older. I was 45 at the time. Woo. I worked full time. I have 2 kids. I was starting the stages of divorce. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. I had only done 3/4 of P90X. I still didn't lose a lot of weight. I lost some weight, but I wasn't muscular. I didn't know anything about fitness. I didn't know anything about nutrition. I didn't know where to find people. I didn't know the difference between a circle and a square. I didn't know how to spell the word mom. It was bad. I was the last person in the world who should be a coach. And he said to me, you know what? The day you become a coach, when you're doing it for just a little bit of time, you're going to say to yourself, damn it, I should have become a coach sooner. The man was right. And, you know, once I became a coach, I had no idea what I was doing. I think the first day when I filled out that online thing, and you're staring at the screen and it says, yes, I want to become a coach, and there's the part where you enter in your credit card information and all this other crap about yourself and your social security number, and you're like, oh God, am I going to get screwed now? And you do it, and when I hit send, I remember standing up and looking at the screen, and I felt like I was a superhero. I was like, oh my God. And I think I almost threw up. And I was scared. I didn't know what I was supposed to do next. I thought maybe I'd go buy a whistle and a clipboard, because that's what coaches did, right? Once I signed up, the sign-up process took me through different windows, and it started to explain coaching. And you get to watch these videos, and it teaches you how to set up your web pages. And I'm like, oh, I get web pages. What's that all about? And they're telling me I get a web page for coaching. I get a web page for Shakeology. I get a web page for just me in general. And, you know, flash forward to today, we also have a web page for the Ultimate Reset. And I'm like, great, what is all this going to do for me? And eventually I start to see that all of this is great. These web pages give me the information I need to regulate my team and keep track of people and track orders and send bulk messages and see who's doing what. Plus I start getting new people when I get to Emerald and all that, but I'm getting ahead of myself again. I want to back up. I want to tell you that when I signed up and I start doing all these things, the first thing that I get, the first impression I get is, this is fun. What am I doing? I'm looking for pictures of myself. I'm writing my own little biography. It's kind of like kindergarten again. It's like, you know, like the first day of school, and I'm having a ball and I'm having fun. And then the panic hits again, because I say to myself, what do I do next? And my coach says, well, why don't you try and find some people? And I think I was thinking to myself, well, Chris, can I have some of your people? No. So I put a message on my personal page that I was a coach now. I was really scared to write that because I was very insecure. I was afraid that people would scorn upon me. They'd think I was trying to sell them stuff. I was going to do this, and I was a scam artist, and I was just selling DVDs. All of this was in my head. So I put this thing on my personal page. And what's really funny is the first group of people that I found to join the resistance, and there were maybe 7 or 8 of us, including me, were a girl named Jane, who worked with me in a movie theater back in the late 80s. A girl named Lisa, who was the friend of an ex-girlfriend of mine who I met back in the 80s. And, you know, whenever I went to clubs, I would see her, and we kind of found each other on Facebook. Then there was a contractor named Gideon who I think wanted to kill me the first day I met him. For those of you who don't know, I'm in architecture. And he messaged me, and he's like, yeah, dude, I got to lose weight. I want to help. I want your help. And I was like, what am I going to do? So he came in. Then it was my nephew, Chris Keir. Yeah, Keir Power. He was all into it. There was a girl named Ashra from my office in my day job. She had like 4 or 30 kids, and she was just really looking to get back in shape. So I got this group of people, and then Lisa brings in this great girl named Susan McCormick, who was like hundreds of leagues above me. She was doing all kinds of Muay Thai. I think I'm saying it wrong. The 2 of them, Lisa and Susan, were doing these insane workouts, and they did P90X several times. Then I find this guy, Justin Over. Justin, he's doing P90X Plus, and I'm like, what's P90X Plus? So this is my team, and I don't know what I'm doing. And I'm looking at my coach, and I'm thinking, holy crap, my coach is ripped. My coach he's got a website. He has order. He has discipline. He's making videos. He's got all this state-of-the-art equipment. At least I thought he did. What am I going to do? So I got nervous, and I said to myself, well, I think the first thing I should do is try to be like my coach. Maybe I should duplicate his process, which ended up being a smart move, because if Chris did something, I tried to do it. I didn't copy what he was doing. I emulated him. I used him as a guide to create my own vibe, if you will, my own little following, and it really worked. And then I would do other things too. I would think about topics that my group would like to hear. And by now we actually had groups. I took these 8 people and I threw them in a group, and then Francisco Ortega joined us, and then some other people, and it just started to get bigger. And I found that I could use my own voice to reach out to people. It didn't matter that I had done P90X. It didn't matter that I didn't do that. It didn't matter that I had never even tried Shakeology at first, or I had only done a little bit of Insanity by then. All that mattered was that I was able to just hear people and listen to them and be there for them. And I put the cape on, the invisible cape that coaches wear, and I told everyone, if you need my help, I'm here for you. And then I said a prayer that they wouldn't contact me. I was afraid. And sure enough, when they did contact me, I tried to help them. And sometimes the problems were simple. Sometimes they didn't know what they were doing, and they needed help with something like a way to modify the workout. And I started to think, well, in my architecture job, I know a little bit about beams, so if you're trying to put your pull-up bar like this, maybe I could help you hang it differently. Like, that's just an example. And then I was also thinking, I have children. I know what kids can eat. You want to give your baby Shakeology? Well, what would I do? Well, you should talk to your child's physician. I would start to use my own common sense. And then people would ask me questions I had no idea how to answer. I went to my coach. I went to my coaches group, Team Motivate. We had about 30 people by now. We went from 15 to 30. And I would post, I have somebody in my group that needs an answer to this question. They want to know the right way to put a sneaker on. I'm being silly, but it was like that. So I found that I was getting the support of my own team. And it wasn't just me. It was like a whole row of superheroes. It was like the Justice League of America, the Avengers, the X-Men, whatever you want to call it. The Marvel superheroes, the Jackson 5, whatever it is that makes you float. We were all together. And that's the way you're going to be when you join Team Infinite. You're not going to be some stranded, lonely coach out in the middle of nowhere thinking, what am I doing? You're not going to look like some unfortunate child who had that really bad subject when they had the science fair and the little kid standing there with the index cards and nobody will look at his or her project. That's not going to be you. You're going to make a group. All the coaches in our team are going to offer to come into your group, and you'll let most of them, or some of them, or a few of them. Only the coaches from our team. You're also going to have help learning how to find people. And you're going to have help learning how to understand the business. And you don't learn it overnight. It's like driving. Remember when you learned how to drive? You couldn't master that overnight. They gave you a written test. You still had no idea what you were doing. You just needed to get behind the wheel a few times. And that's what it's like with coaching. And you get more comfortable with it. Now, I'm making a video with you now. And the first time I made a video, I was like, hi, I'm Lou Trentadue. It was just pathetic. But I came out of my comfort zone. And how do you do that? You don't just do it overnight. You do it with practice. It's like dating. You just, over time, after a while, when you start to do something over and over again, when you ask people out, you get better at it. You get more comfortable with yourself. And you start to realize, if you're going to look for people to join your teams, it's not that they're going to say yes or no. It's that they're going to say yes, or they're going to say yes later. And that's a wonderful feeling. And the funniest thing about being a coach, the best thing that I love about being a coach, is it motivates me. You think I want to work out every day? You think I want to do T25 in the morning and Body Beast at night? No way. I'd rather go play Xbox with my son, or take a drive along the beach and do something fun, or, go eat some sushi till I can't move. I don't do that. I love helping my team. I love helping everybody in the boot camp. It's a really wonderful thing to be a coach. To have that experience of helping others, it motivates you. It comes right back at you. It's like a boomerang. The harder you throw it, the harder it comes back at you. And in a positive way, obviously. There's nothing you can't do as a coach. It helps you in every other aspect of life. It gives It gives you security. It gives you confidence. You know, forget the fact that it's a second income, or someday it could be a primary income, which is happening to me, which has already happened to my coach. My coach bought a house with his coaching business, and he's only been doing it for about 2.5 years. 2.5 years seriously. He actually flopped the first year. He wanted to quit. He sent in his resignation papers. And his coach, Josh, was a tougher man than I'll ever be. Josh said to him, "You get your ass in gear and cancel that resignation now." And Chris Ballmer did it, and look at him now. He just turned 10-star today. And what do all these stars mean? These stars mean rank. They mean advancement. It's not just about monetary advancement. It's about the fact that you climbed so high, and every time you climbed high, you touched the lives of so many more people. You made their lives better. You get to go to bed at night knowing that you made people have a healthier life. And no matter what you think, obesity is a disease. It's worse than cancer. It's worse than AIDS. It's worse than anything because it's like a silent killer. Look at all the obese people around you, or the people that just eat garbage, or even the really healthy-looking people that just chug down beer and buffalo wings. And that stuff is poison. You have to step up to the plate of being a first responder to help these people. And you can do it. And the funny thing about it is, unlike other professions, it's going to be fun. You're going to have a ball. You're going to learn so much. And I don't mean statistic information or facts about workouts and nutrition. You're going to meet so many people. You're going to have a confidence level that just goes through the moon and back. And if you want to come to Summit, you're going to have an even bigger blast, because Summit is a once-a-year get-together where we work out with the trainers, and we have an amazing time, and we party hard, and it's like going to a family reunion. There's no other way to say it. You need to be part of that. Your coach brought you into this team because your coach had faith in you. Your coach saw promise in you. Your coach didn't randomly pick you because you were, somebody who did a round of this or that. Anybody can do a round of a workout. Your coach picked you to be in this boot camp because they saw in you that you had the determination and the drive that might be something that's going to help people. So I'm going on and on. I'm gonna cut this video now because I could talk for hours. I could tell you over and over again why I love being a coach, why it is a passion to me. Before I go, I just want to shout out some names. I want to give a shout out to Hope McGlone and Hope Mower and Randy and Zach and Jeff and Carlos. Carlos, you graduated the boot camp today. Brittany, you're coming up real close. And Brittany, I'm proud of you because you were very sick and you stuck it out. Michelle, my favorite ninja, and Sasha, you guys are like the latest group of boot campers that came through within the last few weeks. And I am literally begging you not to blow this opportunity. You can do this. You can either do it and decide in less than 30 days that it's not for you, and they'll say no problem and they'll refund your money. But that would be foolish because this is a really great opportunity. You look at anyone that became a coach, the absolute worst thing that happened to that person was they got more spectacular results than ever. And maybe they just didn't want to push themselves to become like business oriented for whatever reason. But they got their discounts and they got their great results because they became elevated in their minds. The absolute best thing that ever happened to a coach is they reached out and touched the lives of so many people. They gave themselves a way to help their family, to put food on the table, to take care of the things that your day job may not help you with. Or maybe that coach was able to quit a day job that they have. Maybe you work in a diner and that's not what you want to do for the rest of your life. Maybe you didn't go to the schools that you needed to and you kind of feel like you lost out. Well, the good thing is coaching doesn't identify you based on your race or your age or your fitness level or your weight or your gender or your preferences for this or that or your religion, or how good you are, or how pretty you are, or how smart you are. All coaching asks of you is to be yourself. And whatever you are deep inside, if you can take that and bring it out, you'll be a great coach. And damn it, I will help you do that. And that's all I want to say. So you guys, peace out. I'm very sorry for the long video, but I had a ball making it.